What up, YouTube? Grimdark King Reviews here, and today I'll be reviewing Feng Shen Chapter 152. So, what all happened in this chapter? Well, two things, really. One, Siwang Yenshin, the Dark One's general with the whip, he is ridiculously OP'd. Oh my god, is he OP. And two, that this Sage King, Ziri, yeah, he's not that great by himself. He needs help whenever he fights, and that's not that great. How in the hell did he manage to become a Sage King in the first place? Let's jam. So this chapter opens up with, the former king of the former king of Zhao, Ji Fa, still wrecking the ancient gods. And, the chapter then goes on to, recap the previous chapter by telling it that the ancient god, pretty much stormed the Dark One city, only to be pushed back by the gods that came to help the Dark Ones, along with the fact that many of the Dark One's generals had returned to, the city to fight, because, they all refused to let the gods beat them again. We then switch over to the Siwang Yenshin and the Sage King's fight, with Siwang thoroughly smashing the Sage King Ziri's defense. And when I say thoroughly smash, I mean he didn't even activate the second stage of his soul weapon, and he broke the almighty defense of Ziri. And we see that, Ziri is scared because, despite the fact that a whip isn't meant to be used for melee, Siwang is he's just beating the crap out of Ziri. He's hammering Ziri. And, after getting some motivation from his brother, Ziri accepts the fact that, he can't possibly hope to win without his divine power, Indestructible, which essentially surrounds him with this blue aura that he's not supposed to be affected by any outside attacks of any variety. But, before he has a chance to activate this, Siwang uses his soul power, and he starts hammering Ziri yet again. And, after managing to escape the range of Siwang's whip, Ziri activates his divine power, but, he challenges that Siwang to start fighting once again. But after a brief encounter, with Ziri apparently emerging victorious, we see that Siwang isn't done yet, and he proceeds to pound Ziri into the ground. Note, Ziri is in divine power indestructible mode, where he's not supposed to be affected by anything. And Siwang promptly proves that Ziri's divine power isn't all that. After putting Ziri in a hold, Siwang proceeds to shatter, straight up shatter, Ziri's divine power. And, yeah. After thoroughly pounding Ziri into the ground, Siwang gets a fire lance through the back, reminding him that he is currently surrounded by the ancient gods. And, after taking all of the ancient gods out, Ziri is back up with Lan Ryu in control. Now, I think some explanation is required, because it's wait, how is Ziri up, and it's apparently Lan Ryu? Well, the way Ziri's body is made up, him and his brother share the same body. And when one side passes out, the other one, takes over. I.e., if one dies, the other dies too. And, this chapter ends with Lan Ryu getting ready to fight Siwang, commenting that he's glad he made it on time before Siwang killed Ziri. Because he was legit worried, because he's if you hadn't been distracted, I would be dead right now. But all's good, because I'm in control, and you're about to be in for a fight. Joe, not much really happened in this chapter, except for the fact that we find out that Siwang is ridiculously OP'd, and that this apparent Sage King isn't all that strong. Hopefully Lan Ryu, his other half, is stronger, otherwise this is just going to be one-sided, and it's just not going to be even that interesting to watch. It's going to be interesting to read because we get to see, more of Siwang fighting, but not so interesting because it's going to pretty much be the same thing as this chapter. So this is Grimdark King Reviews signing off. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, people, have an awesome day.